Good morning. I'm State Representative Chris Boss. I cover the 51st House District, which includes communities of Lake County, suburban Lake County, and Cook County. As my colleagues have spelled out, we are facing a crisis. But this is not like other problems that this state casually themes a crisis. Children are dying. Kids who have experienced severe trauma are being held in psych wards for months beyond their discharge dates when they're approved. Further suffering is brought on because of that. For those who are not aware or familiar with my background and my career prior to joining the General Assembly, I've spent numerous years working and advocating for kids and youth. Right before coming here to Springfield, I worked for an organization that runs the only safe house in the state of Illinois, in the entire state, to protect underage victims of sexual exploitation and abuse. So when I speak on this issue, I'm not simply speaking from a place of outrage. I'm speaking from a place of firsthand knowledge to the suffering that these children are facing. Despite the efforts of my colleagues with me here today, and many others, there has been a profound unwillingness by the Pritzker administration to acknowledge the failures of DCFS and make the changes needed to address these failures. But I don't want to make this a partisan issue. This absolutely should not be partisan. We're talking about children, our most vulnerable children, who we as a state have a fundamental responsibility to protect, and we are failing them miserably. A couple of weeks ago, when asked at a press conference about the 8th contempt charge ordered for Director Smith of DCFS, Governor Pritzker essentially said the judges issuing those orders don't know what they're talking about. Republicans, for speaking up and asking for action, don't know what they're talking about. And once again, he blamed his predecessor. Governor, the children who died in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, and this year cannot be blamed on your predecessor. The children being held for months in the hospital without being properly placed or forced to sleep on the floor in an office in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, and currently right now cannot be blamed on your predecessor. Governor, I have looked into the eyes of more young girls who have suffered horrendous abuse than I ever wished to. But I thank God every day they were able to intervene. There was a group able to intervene and give them a safe place to recover and to heal. Since the solutions that have been offered have been perpetually rejected, we are calling on this comprehensive audit to DCFS to get the data that is needed to force action and to stop these senseless tragedies. This audit is needed to shed more light on why reports that include descriptions like sickly malnourished or points to clear signs of bruises and ligature marks are being ignored by supervisors. Let's get this information and let's finally do something. The fact is that the vast majority of rank and file DCFS caseworkers are doing the best they can under very difficult circumstances. But there's a fundamental breakdown in the leadership structure of this agency. To the governor, to the Democrat leaders in the House and the Senate, please work with us. If you will not allow other measures to reform DCFS to advance, many of those bipartisan, then join us in advancing this audit before the end of session adjourns so we can take action. Children's lives are at stake. And if we do nothing more than skirt around the edge of the real overhauls that DCFS is needed, shame on us. Thank you.